It's day 6 of those devastating fires that have taken such a toll across Los Angeles.
There's so many conspiracy theories about this fire.
Best whale watching in the world. Been there a few times.
Whale watching. Imagine going whale watching with him. Okay, so the picture that I think of is the Volkswagen, right? There's like a picture of everything's like burning, and then there's just like one blue Volkswagen.
She's doing Opstein's Island over there, dude.
Opstein's Island. You get a kid. You get a kid. You get a kid. Everybody gets a kid.
Oh, no.
Hi, guys. It's me, Annie Lederman. We're here at Anniewood. We're doing our fire update episode, and it's a fire episode, I might have to say myself. We have the extended uncensored version on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/Annie Lederman. And it's just we're just telling you what happened and some of our conspiracy theories and some of our ideas of what's going on. And you find out if I'm Team Blake or Justin at the end of the show. So stick around for that. I am on the road. I love doing stand-up comedy. It's so fun. You can see me January 31st to February 1st with Josh Potter in Greensboro, North Carolina at the Comedy Zone. Then February 14th through 15th, you can see me in Nebraska in Norfolk. I'm bringing Todd because it's Valentine's Day. February 18th is the next Anniewood and Friends. I'm going to be in Anchorage, Ohio. I'm going to be in Anchorage, Alaska, March 14th. March 18th is another Anniewood and Friends. March 27th, we're going to be in Philadelphia, one night only, March 27th. Get tickets. It's going to sell out. We're going to have to add a show, but grab those tickets. Toronto, I'm coming to you at the Comedy Bar. I'm coming March 28th to 29th. I'm going to be in La Jolla, April 4th through 6th, where I think I'm shooting my special, so get your tickets. April 25th and 26th, I'll be in Kansas City. May 29th, I'm going to be in Florida, May 31st and 30th and 31st as well. Okay. I'm better at comedy than I am at reading my dates. Come see me, annielederman.com/shows. Enjoy this episode.
Welcome to Anniewood.
Hi guys, welcome to Anniewood, episode 107.
115.
115.
Oh
I don't know why
my
I thought I
God.
had it right. Did you see how I came in so cocky?
Because her brain is affected
so
by
confident.
the metals in the air from the fires.
Oh, it's because I won't wear that mask. Now we want to give we didn't get to do our fire episode because our fire episode we actually had evacuated because we had no power. So then we posted the Jessie May episode where Jessie May and I just discuss just going on hikes and all of the areas that burned down moments later.
Well, it was recorded the day the fires happened.
We were like, I think there's like a fire or there's like something going on, right? And then it was like, ah! Then it was just a crazy week. The fires are still burning too, by the way.
No, what happened was while I was editing that episode that day, the power kept going on and off and on and off. And I was getting so mad because I had to keep restarting my edit. And I was getting so mad. And Annie was in the room.
Wait, let me tell you. Okay, wait. So I was like, this is a perfect night. Okay, so in my head, there's like maybe a little fire going somewhere. Like, I know there would be some winds, but there's nothing like happening, right? Like there's nothing. I'm like, wow, I have just like kind of like a real night off. I'm not too exhausted. This is a great time to I have a leftover mind bloom session. So I was like, I'm just going to do a ketamine journey, right? I'm about to be the highest I've ever been on this stuff. I'm like, really like you're lying down. You have to have your loved one there to watch you, to come check in on you because you're just really like, you're in another space. You're tripping. The power shuts off. And I'm like, I notice, but I'm so like in another universe. But I noticed, and then I get kind of freaked out. I'm like, wait, there are the fires and the wind, the power's off. I'm like, oh, so like my fight or flight's kicking in, but my nervous system is like in Antarctica floating around. Like I'm like, it was so confusing. And then Todd comes in and I can hear Todd cursing because the podcast keeps getting shut off. I'm like, oh God, I have to address this. So I like sit up and I'm just like, barely there. And Todd's like, we got to go see what's going on. So we take this walking stick that we hid from Robbie so Robbie Hoffman, when she was doing our cleaning. So we still have this walking stick we got in Catalina Island. And Todd is like ushering me around and I have this like walking stick. It basically was him preparing for when I'm elderly and he's going to have to walk me around. But I mean, I was not with us. And walking around, like can barely walk. It was very the wrong. Let's just say you don't want to do anything mind altering when you may have to run from fires. You may have to flee from fires.
How long does it take for that to burn off?
It's like an hour-long session where you're really gone, and then you're a little like loopy afterwards.
Oh yeah, that's like
that's
bad. Poorly timed. Yeah,
it was bad.
Well, we took a drive around,
and we drove. I don't even remember the drive.
We took a drive around Santa Monica, and you could see the fires in the hills, and
it was crazy. So it was in the middle of Todd's editing. So then we wait a day. The lights are still off. It's like you forget how much you need your power. Your phones are dead. Everything's dead. And then when there's an active fire and the Santa Ana winds, and like a fire could just explode anywhere near you at any point, you want your phone. Like you want to know the alerts and stuff like that. So it was very, very scary. And and then we went to the Comedy Store because we had no power.
We went to the Comedy Store.
We went to hang out at the Comedy Store because we had no power. And then we're all smoking weed in the back in the sacred ground where all the comics hang out. And the power went off and we're like, ah! Josh Potter took like before and after pics of us like with the power and without the power. It was crazy.
Yeah, while people were still in the Comedy Store too, which was scary.
Someone was Don Barris on stage?
I don't know. Yeah, they had to like usher people out, which is scary because
maybe it was an act of God and cut Don Barris off. Just kidding. We love Don.
Yeah, but then do you remember what we did that night because we had no power?
What did we do? Oh my God, it was actually so cute. We couldn't watch TV. We're like, what are we supposed to do?
We're like, we usually just watch movies all night. What the hell? This is so boring. And then for like 2 hours, we were just to each other describing the plot to Legends of the Fall.
We were like, wait. We were like, Tristan, did Tristan hook up with his wife before Samuel died in war?
We're like, so Tristan comes home, everyone goes, Tristan's here.
We're like the little Native American girls there.
And they're like, oh, but then we were like, oh, this is just about like how big of a piece of shit Brad Pitt's character was in that movie.
And then we watched it. And then when we did have power again, we watched it. And it's like, he is such a piece of shit in it. But also he's so much hotter than everyone else in the movie that it's like, and Todd made such a good point that, because all the brothers were in love. Samuel was the youngest brother and all the brothers were in love with Samuel's fiance that he brought around. And Todd's like, that's because they never saw women. Like you never saw a woman, like a new woman coming. You didn't have magazines.
Period, it was like the 1910s. So it was like, yeah, there's no magazines, there's no TV.
They live on a farm.
They live on a farm. You never
see a new woman comes in town. But all the brothers like pining over. But then, so there's like a scene and Todd's it's pitch black. We have a candle lit and Todd is like explaining. He's like,
when Tristan rides in and then he sees his little brother's wife and he's staring at her and he's like licking his lips. And then the older brother's like, and they're like, oh, it looks like Tristan's in love, smitten by this lady. And they pour water on his head.
To cool him off because he's so boned up with his younger brother's fiance. And everyone's just like fine with it. Oh, Tristan.
And then we're like, yeah, then Tristan comes back and his dad's got this illness where he's got to write stuff on a chalkboard that's around his neck.
But then also I was thinking from her point of view, like she doesn't see, you're going to meet your, and the guy who plays Samuel is the kid from E.T.
Oh, yeah.
And who, by the way, his audition for E.T. is one of the most like moving things I've ever seen with Steven Spielberg.
Not that good anymore.
I know he played a dad in one of the like movies I was watching, one of the like teen romance movies I was watching.
Oh my God.
It's like, that's where he's at. He was the E.T. boy and now he's playing a dad in like a B movie. But anyway, so, but imagine she rides in and she's like, oh, I found a fiance. He's pretty cute, and then Brad Pitt comes in on a horse. He's got like blonde highlights. There's not even hair dye yet. She's like, I haven't even seen blonde hair. Everyone in the farm's
like, oh my God, Tristan's here. Tristan's here. He like just broke a horse, like a wild horse that couldn't be tamed. He like jumped on and broke it. He's like, easy, buddy, easy.
His shirt's like unbuttoned. You can see his pecs. It's like, oh my God, he has no hair on his chest. Oh, so good. But we explained that. What was the other movie we started telling each other?
I don't know. There was like, we
did a double feature.
Yeah, like The Watchmen and then.
Oh, we did The Watchmen after that. Oh my God, it was so fun.
Well, that's what we do when there's no power and we can't watch movies. We just explain the movies that we've already seen. We just tell each
other the movie.
And we did get a lot wrong. We were like, oh, wait, no. So that happened after Tristan got home. So I recommend you guys trying that with your loved one.
Just turn the
Just
lights off.
one night, just have the lights, TV off, and just talk about a movie that you
Just
watch.
chat through a movie. It was like we were doing a table read for it.
And it's like the
Out of our
longest
memory.
movie of all time, too. It's like a 3.5 hour movie.
We're like, he ate the heart of the bear, right? We're like, when did he do that?
Yeah.
I was getting it like messed up with the Revenant or whatever it's called.
No, he cut out his brother's heart.
That's right, but I
we
forgot. And then my
forgot
son
all
was like,
about
oh my God, it's the brother's heart.
I was like, look, baby, cut out his brother's heart. Oh, no.
And he cut out his other brother's heart
He
when
was
he
going,
stole the wife.
oh, why? The Brad Pitt cry.
Why?
Oh, why?
He had 2 of those.
No, he said this, I remembered it clearly. He said, God damn you, God. God damn you, God.
It's funny
Isn't
to
that
say
funny,
God
Zach?
twice.
God damn you, God. He was damning
was
God,
so good.
telling God to damn himself.
Brad Pitt was hot. He does have some pits in his face, though.
I
Some
don't
Brad
know. It makes it
Pitts.
cool. A little off topic, but kind of not off topic. One of my new Instagram suggestions is like this little boy and his like big fat dad, and they just do these weird things in every
Like go
video.
boom, boom,
No,
boom.
it's my new favorite father and son. Let's just say that. But every video is this little boy, and he's like, "It's ice cream Friday," and then his dad's like, "That's right, it's ice cream Friday. Once Willie has finished his goals and responsibilities for the week, then I get him ice cream at the end of the week." And he's like, "That's right, I finished my goals and responsibilities." And I just thought that's funny. Goals and responsibilities
Oh,
of
wait.
the week.
My question, the dad's fat?
He's a big fat guy.
You're not supposed to reward your kids with sweets.
He goes, "I'm Willie, and that's Worth." And the dad goes, "Hi guys."
The dad's name's Worth.
Worth.
Imagine naming your kid Worth. I hope you have some.
What is it, like short for Worthington?
Maybe Wentworth.
But do you like that? Goals and responsibilities of
I
the
love
week?
goals and responsibilities. I like to reward myself first before I get my goals done.
I've just never heard of doing your goals of the week. That's pretty
Well,
good.
I actually read a book that changed my whole outlook on life. It helped me quit drinking. It helped me start stand up. It was called Goals by Brian Tracy. And Brian Tracy is like a motivational speaker. I don't know what you would call him, but he tours. I don't know if he's still alive. He was 100 years old when I first started listening to the book, but I had a therapist that gave me the DVDs or the CDs.
Oh.
So I had a CD player in my car and I would like listen to it over and over again. But so he tells you to every morning you need to write down your goals, 10 goals in positive present tense. And then you give it a date of when it's going to come true. And then you do 3 things in positive present tense that you can do towards that goal. You're supposed to do that morning and night. Obviously I have ADD. Got up to 7 once. No, but I used to have all these goals and stuff. I used to have all these goals written. But it was very helpful. Maybe we should start doing that again.
Well, he said he's like, and a goal and responsibility could just be, getting up and getting ready for school in the morning without me having to tell Willie 3 times to do it. So maybe a responsibility or a goal for you is having to do something without having to tell yourself 3 times to do it. You just do it first time. Isn't that something?
Do you see him trying to make it like it's a thing? He's like just
I
bringing
mean,
up and
I'm
not
just like,
an intervention.
Holy shit. I was like, yo, Worth and Willie got it going on.
Word.
Holy shit.
But wait, I'm Willie and you're Worth. You're my dad.
I'm Worth, you're Willie.
I'm Willie?
Yes.
I'm the little boy.
Yeah. And
Todd-
he dresses him up in a little suit too.
This reminded me of, well, I'd like to see that. I'd actually really like to see that.
I'll send it to the email.
Now,
to bring
okay,
up.
so I was thinking with this whole fire situation. So we fled the scene of the crime. We just left. We didn't have power for so long. We were like, we got to get out of here. And then Resorts World gave us a room, which was like amazing. So we were like, let's just go to Vegas. That's how we cure our anxiety is
That's right.
we gamble and play and have fun with our friends.
Did you guys look on the way there? How did you connect with the World Resorts, the Resort World
My
thing?
friend was staying there already, and then they hit me up. But you can usually go if you have followers. Doesn't really apply to you, my friend. No. No, they do but they were really nice because of the fire. They were so sweet. It was so nice, and it was never a place that we've stayed at before. It wasn't like one of our spots. So now it's going to be one of our spots. We loved it, and we're sitting there. And so what happened when this fire there was so much uncertainty. So we're driving to Vegas and we're on the highway and we see the one that was near the Hollywood sign, the Sunset Fire. That was so scary to me because I was like, if the Comedy Store burns down, like I can't live here. I cannot live here, which is also kind of sad to stay somewhere for a place.
Yeah, like when you say that, it makes me realize that's what I'm doing here too.
Yeah.
It's like what I think I'm here for. Isn't that wild?
But if what we do needs a stage, you want to be near the stage you like the most and stuff like that. But so then we're like, we watch it to the point where all of the cars, we all just stopped on the highway and looked. We watched it start. It was crazy.
Wow.
It was so crazy. But then we get there. And so then we're thinking like, oh my God, we're leaving in such an uncertain time. We don't know what fire is going where, what direction. And so we were like, do we have to move? So we're in the food court of the Resorts World, contemplating our future and if we have to move. And I'm like crying. I look like shit. I'm like, in pajamas. I've been wearing the same clothes for like 3 days. So we're there and I'm like, I look like shit. I'm like, I'm so sad. I'm like, oh my God, do we have to move to New York? Do we have to leave our beautiful city? I love our home. We just didn't know how bad it was going to be. And I look up. I mean, Todd's back was to them. So he must have just been like, what the hell is going on? I'm crying. And then all of a sudden I'm the most ecstatic I've ever been. I'm like, oh my God, Todd. And I run over and our favorite YouTube channel is Vegas Matt, where we watch this guy, Matt, and his son, EJ, and his friends, WBG and W2 Jesus, gamble. And they gamble high amounts. It's so fun to watch them. We just love them. They bring us so much joy. And I fucking saw it was EJ and WBG.
And we became friends with them.
And we ran up to them. Todd was wearing his Vegas Matt hat. Thank
That's
God.
right.
No way, dude.
And we became friends with them. We got Tim Dillon to become friends with them.
We brought Tim over. We went to I was in one of their videos, so check that out. It's called A Very Funny Day at the Casino. It was so fun. The texts have been flowing. This continued. And then, we had a blast with them. We just had actually like a pretty good time. We'd be crying. We'd wake up crying. This is what Todd tells people. We'd wake up like so upset and like, oh my God, what's going on? What are we going to do with our lives? And then we'd be like, ding, 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 ding.
Yeah, we'd be like, monkey, 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 monkey.
More money.
I just got my voice back like yesterday from that Vegas trip. 6 days in Vegas we were in.
He lost his
too
voice.
long.
I lost my phone. Someone stole my phone our last night there, but we were having fun.
It was fun.
worth it.
She got her phone stolen.
Oh God, we were laughing so hard. It was so fun. We were targets. We deserved to be stolen from. They're like, they're not paying attention.
Screaming in the wind.
Screaming. We played this one slot machine that when you would get the feature bonus, you would go fortune feature. So we kept going fortune Feemster. I saw her the other day and told her.
Can we tell the Nate story?
Yeah, I think so.
Right?
I'm sure we can. Nate Bargatze was in town at the Wynn. And he had his own table in the high rollers, and we went in. We rolled up.
I roll up. I just got done taking a big dump upstairs, so I came in late. And I get there, and he's betting thousands. He's Vegas Matt style and betting.
He's
betting thousands.
He's doing good. He was top touring comic.
And he was, he was going on a little losing streak for a little bit. He's playing Baccarat, a game I'm very familiar
with. And
with.
look, I love Nate. I've been friends with Nate so long. I'm not. He points to me and he goes, should we do banker or player? I go, I'm not. I won't be responsible for that. I go, him. I just point to Todd.
It's scary. So
it's too scary.
So he was asking me, what should I put? And I told him what to put. It was either banker or player. But I told him what to put at first. And then they go, nah. They switched
they ignored him.
They ignored it and switched it. And then when I said hit, and they were like, shit, should have listened to him. So the next time he's like, all right, this time seriously, which one do you want? And then I told him I got 3 winning ones in a row for him. And then the last one he put like $1,000 on the side bet for one of the big tigers, and it hit. And he hit for like 55 grand from one of my bets, baby.
He gave Todd a little tip.
And then he said, here, kid, this is for you. And he flicked the chip and I caught it. I was like, oh, it's probably like a $5 chip, whatever. Put it in my pocket.
No, you went, oh, thank you. I'm like, you make us look so
No, I didn't. I went like this.
He went
like this. Ping, and it flipped in the air. And I caught it like this. Didn't see it because my hand was closed. Put it in my pocket. And then we were like, let's walk up to the cashier at the end of the night. We took it out. And it was $1,000 chip.
Oh, and we were up again.
We were down 100 at that point.
And then we were up 900.
And then we were down again. We accidentally
Oh my
did
God, we were doing so well. We hit like 800 on something. We were having so much fun. We were winning. So we actually have a really good slots, a way we do slots where we just, you hit the bonus and you have to leave. You cannot stay and try to get another bonus.
But then we went up to this one machine and we were like, oh, it was like a lobster machine.
We love lobster. It's a sign.
And we were like, we couldn't understand
Because
like
at
what the
first we
thing
were
was.
only playing fire machines. Like if there was a fire on it, we're like, we'll play that in solidarity for what's
working.
going on to deal with our guilt for abandoning everyone in the fire. And
we did the lobster and we accidentally did
it went ting, ting.
one
When it runs out, we went,
spin.
what? And it was $200 spin. We went, no. We thought we were doing $2.
Yeah, so we lost $200
We did that
very
again
quickly.
on something.
No, we played another one. Yeah, it was
We did
weird.
a couple. We learned some lessons.
Yeah, we
but
learned
we
some
had a lot of
lessons.
fun.
But it was fun.
We had a
Now,
lot of fun.
should we do the video I just sent him just so
Yes,
it's still fresh?
yes.
The Willie and Worth. You got to see these guys. All right, so this is Willie and Worth. Here we go.
It's Ice Cream Friday.
This comes up on my feed.
That's Worth.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, everyone.
Today is Ice Cream Friday, and I got ice cream at the end of the week because I did all my goals and responsibilities.
Yeah, turn it up.
Whether that's
That's right, Will.
brushing my teeth, taking a shower, doing my homework.
This
or
is Annie.
getting ready for school in the morning, right, Dad?
Yeah, and you do it without having to tell, 3-4 times. You do it right away.
These are like the responsible Rizzlers.
That's why I treat you to something good at the end of the week, because you do all your goals and responsibilities. You do your homework on time.
That's right.
One
You do
time,
really
this guy's
well
from
in
Philly.
school. And this video is just to remind all of you that it is Friday and that we feel you should treat yourself or treat your loved ones to something
This
special. at the
kid
end of
is the
week.
cutest
Especially
thing.
putting all this hard work
Look
in
at his little
and
like
goals and
maroon.
reaching
Your
those,
goals and reaching
getting those
them.
responsibilities done. We just feel at the end of the week you should do something. Right, Willie? And it doesn't always have to be ice cream.
Yeah,
This is
that's
for
right,
my
Dad.
bow.
Absolutely.
This is for my wife.
You can go to the park, you can go to the museum.
You can go to a
hang out
museum.
with each other, you can text someone. But do
Text
something.
someone is
Yeah.
the reward.
That's right. Do
Yes.
something for your loved ones. And from Worth and Willie, we hope you have a really great weekend.
I think he's
Stay
going to do the
safe
gritty
And
here.
have a happy Ice Cream Friday.
Oh.
Wait, now
Here's-
click Worth and Willie, the profile.
Can I just say something though? They do a bunch of goals and responsibilities, and then once on Friday they get a treat. I
Yeah.
do a bunch of treats, and then once
You
on
get
Friday I
once
do a goal
responsibility.
and responsibility.
I bet it's so cute.
Well,
that's so
that's
cute.
Worth and Willie.
So what are you gonna dangle? What's my prize at the end of the week?
You just you could text someone. I'll allow you to text.
I don't know that
someone.
texting's a treat.
Well,
A lot of
we
times
could go to
in
the
this
park, we go to the
business,
museum.
a lot of times in this business, a text is really a pain in the ass. It is really a pain in the ass. I just got hit up by like 100 people to get like tickets to the Anniewood and Friends. It's like, it's fine. I don't mind it, but what annoys me about a text is when I have to do it, I have to check something else and then come back to them.
Oh my god!
And that happens a lot. It's just with ADD, it's like, I know once I leave one location, it's like, is this going to get done?
Oh, my poor girl.
One of my friends, our friend Mike O'Dare, was like, asked me 2 days ago if he could get on the guest list for the Anniewood and Friends show. I thought I answered him. This morning, he's like, so is that a no? I'm like, I didn't respond to you.
Oh my god!
I'm like, yes, you can come. And then I wrote back yes, and he had already written me like 10 other things. He's like, yes to which thing? I said, I'm like, I don't know. I'm sorry. Maybe smoking weed isn't the right thing.
Yeah, she's been a little loopski.
Have you noticed? I've been happier.
Yes.
But haven't I been in a better
You've been
mood?
happy, but you've been.
Wendy Williams. That brings us to that brings me to the Wendy Williams story I want to talk about. So Wendy Williams called Charlemagne on Breakfast Club, and she's in a conservatorship like Britney, right?
Mhm.
And they put her in
I
this.
thought she was like dead. She didn't.
No,
die?
she has like some sort of frontal lobe dementia
Oh,
thing
wow.
going on. But so she calls into the Breakfast Club. They have her in this like residency home in New York. That's like it's supposed to be like a high end home, nursing
Right.
home or whatever. And they have her there. But I guess she just has like a TV, a chair, and a window she can look at. But it's like and a bathroom, but it's like probably nice. But in New York, as we were thinking about having to move to New York, but in New York, a fancy place is this big. We would be living in a place this big. But so she called Charlemagne and she was like, I am fine. There's nothing wrong with me. They need to get me out of here. I'm in this place with all these old people. She's 60. She's like, everyone in here is like in their 80s and 90s. She's like, She said, I feel like I'm in a prison. They're taking advantage of me. I don't know why they're keeping me in here. She can call out to people, but people can't call her. So, but Charlemagne's like, she's like, do you think I'm crazy? And he's like, no, you call me 5 times a day. I'm like, that is a sign of a crazy person.
Yes. Calling Charlemagne the God 5 times a day.
But I imagine she's just in her house looking out her window, just calling Charlemagne over and over again. But Charlemagne is fun to talk to. He is very funny. But I was thinking about it because then they're doing a hashtag free Wendy, like they did with Britney. But the Britney thing did not work out well when they got rid of her conservatorship.
It's still working itself out.
She's
It's
working
still
herself.
working.
Some things are unwinding. But the thing that was different was Britney, they made her work while she was all crazy. They made her dance. She was like thinking about blueberries and they were making her like do a dance.
Oh my
And
God.
she had her Vegas residency. So what do you think? I wanted to ask you guys, would you rather be, if you got a conservatorship and you had to be controlled by your family for whatever reason, you don't get out of it. You have 2 options. One is to sit in a room with a TV and a window and a phone, and you only get to have Charlemagne's phone number. Or would you want to do what you do, but you're forced to do it? Like you're forced to edit. Like they're like, you have to edit, even though you don't like feel like doing it. Which would you rather do?
I'd rather just chill.
You do the Wendy Williams.
This is the Joe Maglione, by the way.
We've been watching Deal or No Deal Island. Great program. Great program. Listen, everything that touches Howie Mandel, I'm obsessed with.
I'm obsessed
Todd
with
goes-
Joe Magniello.
Todd goes, Howie Mandel's not even really done anything except Deal or No Deal. Oh, well, I'm like, let me actually explain to you that he's done everything and he's a king. He did, when we were kids, Bobby's World, this cartoon that was unbelievable. It was so good. He played this little kid. And then he was the monster in Little Monsters, my favorite Fred Savage movie. He did a flash mob reality TV show where people would just get flash mobbed places, which was, I don't know why it's not still on. And he did Deal or No Deal and
Deal or No Deal Island.
Deal or No Deal Island and more stuff that I can't even think of. He's
I
a
can't
king.
even think of all the stuff that he's
Howie
done.
Mandel rules. He was also had Vegas Matt on his podcast, so we have that in common.
Yeah.
Harlan's
Well, we don't
gonna
have
hook
him
me
on
up
the
with him.
podcast.
I told Harlan, I was like, "Yo, hook me up with Howie Mandel."
How we do it?
Remember when he opened for me accidentally?
Oh, I remember that. Let's bring it back to the fires. So we meet Vegas Matt. We have a beautiful evening.
Oh,
Tim
so
Dillon's
fun.
there. We have all this stuff. I make Nate Bargatze $55,000. We do all that. And then we go, well, I guess there's only one thing left to do and go back home and see what's going on.
left.
See what's left. We drive back into LA.
We get some air purifiers and
We
some
get some
masks.
air
We're like,
purifiers.
everyone's gonna be wearing masks. Everyone's gonna be so good.
We get back. It's like 75 degrees out. The skies are clear. It's beautiful out. The guy that does his workout session outside, he's working out with some old guy out there. Everything's back to normal.
Or they're painting the house.
They're painting the apartment.
They have like they had plastic over all the cars. They put a plastic over his car. We thought it was because they didn't want like Rebel or something to get on it or ash. And then it turns out they're just painting.
Flammable paint.
Just painting, just up on the roof, everything. I've seen 2 people on masks. Nobody's wearing masks.
Best air quality score in 3 years.
I know, but that can't be
I know it does seem a
true.
little fishy, but maybe
Why
we're
would
like,
they tell us they don't want us to all leave, so they want to lie?
we go, or the carbon footprint, like the emissions of that neighborhood of extravagant homes was accounting for that much.
But
probably
could there
not.
be a less sympathetic fire?
Oh my God.
I mean, it's just how the world must feel about.
Well, Mike was telling me that that other town that burned down was a
Altadena?
yeah.
Which, by the way, I didn't know Altadena was a place. I've never heard of it. I did not know
well,
until
Mike
this.
knows all about it.
Basically
I call
guy.
it alt comedy Dina. Because that's where all the alt comics I did
It's
comedy with.
Pasadena, but it's for the alts, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so a guy like a plantation owner's son fled their property in the 1800s and came out here and established Altadena, where he was and freed slaves were allowed to be there safely and settle there. So all the blue collar people that own these working class but nice homes in Altadena are all it's handed down property from 3 generations. It's the most people of color community that
And of course, my dumb writer white friends moved there. I'm
But
like,
Dude.
and of course, why it does make you think? Why did they call it Altadena next to Pasadena? The alternative Pasadena? Is that what they're trying to say?
Why is it called Altadena?
Because it has alternative people, and back then, alternative probably just meant black.
we
Dude.
know what you're trying to say. Don't like reveal it like it's
I'm
this
just
hilarious
saying.
punchline.
It's
I'm
funny.
just saying.
There's
I've been staring at you, knowing what you're going to say this whole
I'm
time.
saying.
We've been stressed out. We've been chugging our magic mind. We almost didn't even have one to show you guys. We've been drinking so many of them. This is our last one. We had so many of them. They're great. They're delicious. They give you that little pump.
Oh, I love these magic minds. They're so good. Now we got these purple magic minds. Look at this. It helps your sleep performance. I'm going to be drinking these every night.
I'm gonna drink one. I'm gonna switch these out on you one day, and you're gonna think this, and then you're gonna pass out, and I'm gonna have my way with you.
I want mine right now. Help my mind.
I am gonna be going to sleep soon, so I'm gonna take this.
You're not going to take it now?
I am gonna take it.
Take it now.
Oh, I hope this works. I need something.
The thing I love about Magic Mind is that it's just so tasty and it's
They actually taste delicious. They're very
it's
good.
So good. Mm. What does
Mm,
purple taste like?
It's good.
Tastes like grape? Does it taste like purple?
It is grapey. It tastes like Magic Mind, but it has a little grapier taste.
Ooh.
Because
I
that
like the
tastes
sound
like
of that.
matcha to me.
Yeah. Mm.
They're cute. We do drink a
Woo!
lot. We drink a lot. I'm probably ODing on
I
them.
drink
I
a lot of
honestly drink
these.
so many of them. And as I am with everything, but they're so good, and it's good. It's just good to have focus. It's a struggle for me with the focus. So
Yeah, well, because the mental performance has time release caffeine that helps you avoid that midday crash.
but it is nice to have a smooth awakening rather than just being jolted awake and then being crashing soon. So Magic Mind is nice and smooth.
And now the sleep performance one is good too because it's going to help you fall asleep more quickly and you get a good night's sleep.
These say fall asleep faster, improve sleep quality, and wake up refreshed. I'm very excited. I would love to wake up refreshed. Usually I wake up
She
and I go,
never.
what's going on with Blake and
She
Justin?
goes-
For the first time, the 24 hours pack, focus, and sleep shots are bundled up at a 45% discount exclusive at magicmind.com/AnniewoodJan. magicmind.com/AnniewoodJan. That's Jan, Jan, for January. There's no better time to start than now. Make 2025 the year you build your mental resilience. Improve both your sleep and your awake clarity with Magic Mind. I'm so excited about the sleepy ones.
Now they know. Now the people know. But did you have any videos on?
And wait, is Pasadena called Pasadena because they're the passengers and they're being driven by the people that live in Altadena? Driving Miss Daisy style?
God, that's actually pretty sharp, Annie. That's pretty
because they're white.
As we pull up, so you want to pull up some of those clips?
Yeah, we
let's
want to
see.
get to the bottom because here's the thing. There's so many conspiracy theories about this fire, but it is like, okay, so it's just hit one of these like very economically, I mean, there's an unfortunate fire. There's two fires, okay? There's two very different fires. There's one fire where you go like, oh my God, I'm so sorry about your home. This is horrible. I don't know how you'll ever like rebuild. And then there's another fire where you're like, oh, that sucks. It's a bummer.
I know you could rebuild this.
It'll be fine. Just like very rich people. But it's still sad, but it's just like it is just the least sympathetic thing. When you hear like Paris Hilton cry, you're like, I love celebrities and I wanted to live in Malibu and I wanted to live in Pacific Palisades, so that's really sad. My manager's house burned down
Would
first.
you not live there anymore?
I'm not, in one of the chimneys?
No, in
Todd goes, I would rather, we're
future.
talking about places to live. He goes, someone said we should move to Madison, Wisconsin. And no offense to Madison, Wisconsin, but Todd goes, I would rather live in one of the standing chimneys in Pacific Palisades.
I was going to ask if you guys, like, when you guys were kind of pro and conning out some of that stuff, like, did you come to any feasible conclusion about where you might?
Every time we did pros and cons of where we would move to, I started crying and hyperventilating. And Todd's like, we have to focus. And I'm like, I can't. I don't want to leave. So then we just went, why don't we just stay here?
We're just gonna stay. And we're
Wow.
going to deal with the conspiracies as they come.
It's just hard when your city starts to burn down. It's like, is this not a sign?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, and it's all just so. I mean, one of the clips that I didn't put in here, but went around like maybe you saw it in your feed. Did you see a guy just lighting a tree on fire in West Hollywood?
It's so scary.
It's insane.
It's so scary.
Who
just-
are these people?
I want to show you the Alex Jones one first because it blows my mind that Alex Jones can say a bunch of shit that you're like that tracks. Should we just trust that we're at the beginning? I think we are.
Yeah. Fire it in there.
So what's it all really
He's looking
about?
good.
Well,
cute.
magically,
Nice
they've got
shaved
a
head.
smart grid they wanted to go in Lahaina 3 years ago. They voted down in Maui, and a year after they refused to go along with it, it got burned to the ground.
He's just holding a thing he printed out.
And now they're not letting people keep their homes. They're coming and say, we're going to build all those high rises and build Bill Gates's new Four Seasons. You know, he owns Four Seasons. Oh, yeah, they get what they want now in the oldest modern community in Hawaii. By that, I mean, it's the first, Western settlement there. Beautiful place. Best whale watch in the world. Been there a few times. Love it.
Whale watching. Imagine going whale watching with him.
Not giving people really any money for their property now, just pushing them aside. And then magically, right where the smart LA 2028 with the tens and tens of billions, they had to come in and tear everything down and build this new smart city and block cars from coming in that Klaus Schwab called for. Magically, the people wouldn't sell. And so magically, they got yellow burnout. And the reservoir was drained. And there was no water for the fire hydrants. And they didn't cut the brush. And magically, those fires started right when the winds came in, didn't they? I guarantee you the bad guys deliberately set those in. Their little copycat minions went out and have been caught everywhere setting more fires.
All right, pause
you know.
this. So what is he trying to say?
Bill Gates does own the Four Seasons. I looked it up, which is actually so crazy. It's so crazy
So
that he owns the
crazy.
Four Seasons.
And what is he saying? They burn it down to build the smart city? I've heard this one.
Wait, but look, it says since 2007, Bill Gates and Prince Ali Walid bin Talal
Oh, that was a good job.
have been
Yeah.
majority owners of the company. I mean,
I think that the idea is when it first came around that we're going to do the Olympics. I mean, they pushed it out already once. It was going to be this year. And then, because I remember LA 24 for the longest time, and then they pushed it out to 28, and they're like, we don't have the infrastructure really, or the space, or the right zone for this. It's like, where are we going to put it? So it's like,
Pacific Palisades.
it's like a very deliberate, seems like a creating of space. It's like the fire is strangely in the shape of the like high-speed rail, LA high-speed rail that they want to build.
it did like the line of where the
Yeah,
rail
it's
would
like-
go.
Really?
Yeah, it is a little bit like when they just couldn't stop it. You're like, how are you not able to stop this? And then the reservoir is being completely empty. And then they talk to Newsom and he'll just be like, we had the water. And they're like, but what about the empty reservoirs? And he's like, and that's why we're looking into that. And you're like, but you just said they were full.
And he's also really gung ho, like smiling a lot and going like, "But it's going to bounce back. New LA, fully revamped LA, 2028."
Yeah.
Like it's like,
Wait, so my question is then, is everyone in on it that lives there?
no
Is
way.
that what they're saying? Like these people are in on it?
I don't think so. It is crazy
why would they
that
do it to
Tom
the rich
Hanks and
people?
Steven Spielberg, their houses did not burn. And I think it's because they had their own, these people have their own fire department for themselves. I know Rick Caruso does. Or Rick Caruso owns all the malls. And so I don't know if it's like that. Maybe they were tipped off. I don't know. There was also a guy, we saw an interview with a guy in the Palisades who was like, yeah, I just randomly, there had been a fire a couple years ago and I just decided to buy these sprinklers, just the simple sprinklers that kids jump through in the lawn. It's like I bought 5 or 6 of them. I put them on my roof. I saved 14 houses. You're like, okay, if that's
One
the
sprinkler,
answer,
yeah.
then why did so many houses burn? If it was these little chintzy little, it was just crazy.
So it's like,
Yeah.
and you've heard all this stuff about like, and this seems like surface level as far as the conspiracy
And
shit
the
goes.
Fiji
Yeah.
water people own all the water, the The family that owns Fiji Water owns 70% of the water in California. Like, what the hell is
Didn't know that.
Yeah, I saw that
How do
too.
you own the water?
But what about the simple shit? Like every insurance company pulling all their fire policies like 3 months ago.
I know.
I mean, like it's like there was basically like powers that are infrastructure that from a certain level up knew about this.
Right.
You know.
But then also I think the reason they pulled the fire insurance is because California wasn't budging on something they were supposed to do. So then the companies were like, we can't cover this or something. I don't know.
Damn.
It was something that California didn't do. And then I don't know.
They weren't taking safety precautions, so it didn't cover it, I guess.
Or something like that.
yeah.
I don't know.
Onward.
Yeah.
Let's see what else you got.
Let's I like
Oh,
this
who's
guy.
this idiot?
This guy's one of my favorite idiots.
California politician. Did you hear the news or whack? You talk about the fact that the California wildfires appear to line up in the same exact path as the proposed California
That is
high-speed
crazy.
rail system.
It's crazy.
Also, TikTok has announced that it will be officially shutting down operations in America on January 19th. So say bye-bye. Oh,
What does that have to do with
Japanese Yakuza
anything?
leader has pled
Sorry, he
guilty
covers for this
to
shit.
attempting to traffic nuclear materials through New York City. Huh, that's weird. That's pretty weird. So you're saying the whispers of nuclear materials being in New York City are true? Good to know.
Well, it's not a whisper.
Also not what I'm referring to.
It was like in the news.
Collides with drone over the Palisades fire last night.
Yeah, that was
10
crazy.
million LA residents receive accidental evacuation warning.
That's
Governor Paris
hilarious.
Hilton says her heart is shattered after seeing her burned down palace in LA. Everyone pray for Paris.
All right, wait. So this is just a guy that's just saying all these away. He doesn't got really any answers. He's
I
just
like that. That's brilliant.
You got to run through the rest of his shit. He
He's
knows a
just
lot of stuff.
going,
Yeah.
Isn't this weird? Isn't that weird?
I might have pulled the wrong
Isn't that
clip.
weird?
This guy's pretty
Yeah,
good.
I mean,
It's hard to find information online. There's so much information. It's just hard to find it. I'm
Well,
always
that's
trying to
what's-
find something. I'll
that's
watch
what's
like
odd.
weird Christian channels because they cover things. I'm like,
because all of it is.
It's what's fuck. You've heard. It's like you guys have been seeing this shit on like it doesn't that whatever weapon may have been used against zapping these fires to start from space. It can't see blue or it can't.
I
the
know.
blue
I don't
roofs.
trust pictures anymore though because of AI.
Wait, what is that
I
conspiracy?
just saw your
with the blue?
your baby nephew, rip his shirt off.
Yeah, it's
and
so
be
real.
ripped and buff
all
from
our
an
buddies
AI.
making out. You know.
Yeah.
wait, what is the blue one?
Just that there's you can find images like this from all
I
over the
saw
world,
that,
like,
but I didn't
just
understand
where
it.
there's just burnt all around, and it's like anything with a blue roof, you could just
Yeah.
see an aerial shot. It's just
And it
completely
doesn't burn.
untouched.
Yeah.
So whatever direct energy weapon people speculate they lasered it from space, it is
Oh, they're space lasers.
it's whatever its eye is sort of blinded by it.
But
It's
I
like
have a question. So the blue men will be the last man standing on Earth.
yeah, they're sold out every week
If
anyway.
the blue man group will survive us all. Well, I just was thinking though. Okay, so the picture that I think of is the Volkswagen, right? There's like a
Yeah, I
picture of
saw that
everything's
one.
like burning, and then there's just like one blue Volkswagen.
Did
Is
they just
that
drive
real?
it in?
I haven't seen the Volkswagen. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
they could
or
have
did
driven
they
it
just drive it in?
And also, we're watching the fire burn thing. So is
But
the
no, I
fire
think the same
laser-
thing happened in Hawaii, where the blue roofs in
It would
Hawaii
be
survived
just
too.
like empty house
But is
plot,
it
empty house
real?
plot, blue roofed house.
I know, or is it just?
Is it
a
AI
coincidence?
generated?
Yeah, I mean,
things?
I will say that the Maui shit and like that's when we first started seeing that. That was a little before the AI stuff really took off to convincing
And
levels.
you know what Maui is now? It's Oprah's Epstein Island. She bought it. She bought up Maui.
Oh,
She bought
Oprah
all
bought
of
up
Maui?
a bunch of Maui.
she's
property
doing
on Maui.
Opstein's Island over there, dude.
Opstein's Island. You get a kid. You get a kid. You get a kid. Everybody gets a kid.
Oh no!
It is just, it's hard to not believe the conspiracy. When you do see like Jamie Lee Curtis crying and Jennifer Garner, you go, okay, well, maybe they weren't in on it. Okay. But I think it's interesting to, yeah.
It's here's someone that's more like a more feasible local, like someone that's not Paris Hilton, but because there's a lot of people up there that just like have one horse and live on a
Yeah.
small property.
But also a lot of people have just got a house in the 70s that wasn't that expensive.
yeah, that's
And just have
normal
lived
folks.
there. That's why we're really dying is because of all the weird asbestos and stuff from the old ass homes.
yeah, that is in the air. That's weird.
Fuck you, who's doing this? And I know I'm gonna get a lot of trouble for saying this.
Oh yeah, she's gonna get
Listening to
canceled.
someone, their home was worth $4.5 million. The insurance came back and offered them $800,000. The majority of these people will never see the light of day. California is rich in the lithium deposit. deposits. Lithium is used in what? Electric batteries. Smart cities are going to take over. They want to build controlled cities. You're going to have to qualify
All
to
right,
be able
pause
to
it.
live in that area.
What's wrong with the smart city to begin with? I want my cities to be smart.
I
I
don't
want my
like.
cars to be smart.
I don't like the implication that my
Oh my-
city's dumb right now.
Yeah.
What is wrong? Like, why is that such a bad
It is
thing?
a hard thing. Like with the TikTok ban, all of this stuff about our data and everything. It's so far out of our control that it's so funny to even try to pull it back. Our information's so completely.
Yes, it's like,
our
why-
phones are completely.
Why
listening
do
to
we
us.
give a shit if the sidewalk is listening to
But
us?
I mean, I maybe I'd prefer to not be being spied on, but maybe I want to take a Waymo. Maybe I want Air to drive me
we
somewhere.
got to take a Waymo. We got to take
I
it
would love
and
to
do a,
take one.
documentary.
We should do a documentary. We're going to do next week's
A
episode.
documentary.
Next week's episode, we'll have a mini documentary of us taking our first Waymo.
Dude, you guys should in the Waymo.
Oh, in the front seat.
Oh, you're probably getting a lot of trouble for that.
Give you roadhead.
Dude, that's like you gotta or just
No, in the
jack off in one
backseat.
by yourself.
What if I just broke up with Todd because I found a car that could drive me that's not a person? And I
Dude.
realized I was only with Todd for the drive being driven.
The Waymo stories have been so funny. We were talking about this earlier.
God, the airport one. Tell the airport
There's
one.
one of like,
Wait, people might not know Waymo's like a self-driving car, so people are being driven
it's like
around in these.
self-driving
And it's the
Uber.
only car that uses its turn signal in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It drives well. You're like so annoyed. You're like, who's driving well on the street?
So
Yeah,
there's a story of a guy took a Waymo to the airport, and then the Waymo kept circling around the airport, kept driving around the thing, and the guy couldn't get out. And I always thought it was like the image of like a guy in a self-driving car just driving in a circle, just like with the window down, like, help me! I've been here for 3 days! Get me out of here! Like, that's just always been so funny to me. Just a guy stuck in a Waymo.
It's just, I just keep thinking about it, like how shitty are Uber drivers? They got replaced by Air. People are like, I would rather be driven by nothing than have to listen to you tell me about your screenplay. I don't
They're
want to hear
everywhere.
you.
They're everywhere here.
They're all over this bitch.
I saw
Like everywhere.
a dash cam from a Tesla that was like sitting with no driver in it from a Tesla of a Waymo running into in a crosswalk one of those food delivery robots.
Oh, the
Really?
little Coco.
And like, yeah, it just bumped it, but they
we
backed
saw
up.
Coco must take out an old man.
Dude,
in
yeah.
Santa Monica.
The Coco ones are aggressive. There's different brands, and the
They're
Coco
cute,
ones are the
though.
fastest for
They
sure.
are cute.
Where were we in Vegas? They had like little,
Oh yeah, there is
they
like
had little
a
smart car ones.
It's like almost like a little smart car with, so it doesn't have like a driver's seat. The seats are just faced at each other.
I like that's like
so
a
you
go-kart.
sit in, and then like the front of the thing, you can't tell what the front and the back of the car is. It's just one shape,
It's this little square.
That's sick.
and then you sit in and you face each other.
It's like
and
we're
just little
already
spaces
so
in
far
there.
into this. Like, is a smart city that
I know, it's like,
crazy
who
at this point?
cares, guys?
It
Let's have
sucks
a
that they're
smart
stealing
city.
from us. I will say, this is today that we're filming this is Inauguration Day. I will say, it did look like a Heil coming from Mr. Elon Musk, and it did look like there was a Heil. It did look like it.
I think it was an autistic, like, yay!
But
type thing.
I don't know. It was
It's the
pretty-
weirdest-
It was pretty. I know he's so autistic that you're like, it could like anyone else doing that. You're like, that's definitely someone hiring
If you
Hitler.
if you play it, are we allowed to play it? If you play it and then when he does it, you go, yay! It'll make sense.
The first thing that I did is I go, all right, let's like try to take the thought he was trying to express. Like he was trying to like to throw my heart, and like you like close your, you do it and think of the motion. It's like it's dude, it was too it's not how
It
you
was
would do
too
it.
straight. It
Yeah.
was too highly.
It's not how you would throw your heart to the
It
crowd.
was highly as
How
hell.
would you? Would you go like this?
Maybe
It's a
if you're, like,
kiss.
excited.
You blow a kiss. You don't throw your hand straight up.
yeah, or a push. I'd go like this.
Yes, you deliver it.
Yeah.
You deliver it. It would be open-handed. It wouldn't be.
Yeah.
That was crazy. And I did
don't
go, uh-oh.
So what is the point? Was it just something like he accidentally slipped up and did? Like he like loves
He
doing
does
it all
it
the
so
time?
often. He's always highlighting. He's just when we don't see him. He not only is he faking playing video games, but he's just at KKK meetings. That's all he's doing when we don't see him.
Yeah. So why would he do it?
Maybe like we won. We don't have to even fuck around anymore. We can just.
But for
'Cause
4
here's the thing,
years.
Elon
He's got
There's
to
so
protect
much I
his
like about
company.
this man. Okay, I know everyone hates him. There's so much of the Tesla mostly, but even when he talks shit to his kid, it's like funny to talk shit to your kid. I don't know. I always liked when Alec Baldwin called his daughter a pig. Swine. It's like there's something funny about, maybe because I was verbally abused and I still love my dad. It's like funny to see a kid be verbally abused by their parent. It's like refreshing. I'm like, at least some kids are growing up the way I did.
Yeah.
But it's if that was a genuine Heil,
It's a great question. Just
I
like,
feel
why would he do
He'd
that?
be like this. It's like,
can you stop doing it?
Demonetized.
He's just doing it so many times. He's doing it so many times.
I'm trying to figure out what he was
You have
doing.
to. Will you blur yourself? Blur your whole body when you do it. It's just okay. So my feelings have been, and this isn't a political take or anything. This is just my natural feelings I felt when they were saying that Elon might buy TikTok. I went, that's scary to me to have someone own TikTok and
Mr. Beast
and
is on his
Twitter.
way to negotiate.
I would rather Mr. Beast own that and then Elon own. Like I don't want one person owning all of it. That's scary to me.
Well, Mark Zuckerberg already owns most of it.
I know, but he doesn't own all of it. But he owns a lot.
Mr. Beast on TikTok would be cool.
But don't you think it's too much for him to have Instagram and Facebook? It's like you got to have one. Who owns Snapchat?
Some other guy, I think. I don't know. Unless it is Meta, I don't know.
Some other guy was your
Dude,
answer?
there could
I
not
think
be
it's some other idiot.
There couldn't be an app more deliberately designed, just screaming loud and clear, like, yeah, this is designed for children to exchange photos of each other.
Or to cheat on your wife.
Yeah,
It's like
but
a cheat
it's
app.
just
drugs.
Yeah.
That's to sell drugs on, and
even like, you ever accidentally do vanish mode on like your Instagram chat, and you're like, just even the way they describe what's going on there,
Yeah.
you're like, this is so shady.
And then you have to pull it back. I'm like, I want to unvanish this. I'm not vanishing anything.
Completely.
no, when I had Snapchat,
I have
it
no
was bad.
secrets in my anything. Like Todd could look at my whole thing.
Annie
There's
already
no
looked at
secrets.
my whole thing.
I always look at his
when
thing.
she lost her phone, she just used my phone.
I use his phone. I was going through everything. There's nothing ever in it. It's so annoying.
Yeah.
No one's ever trying to bang my man.
She even did the thing where she went in my text and
I
typed
said
in
my own
Annie
name.
to see if I was talking shit on her to anybody.
Can you imagine if you were? Oh,
You found
I
like
mean,
a shadow Reddit account where he's just
yeah,
lighting you
she's
up.
just trashing me.
Yeah.
Like, what are the chances? All right, let's see
All
more
right,
of these.
see this one. This
All
one
right.
looks like it was just people are just seeing this 15 minutes ago. Someone wrote scary.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna be better than the other
All
one,
right.
but we're hoping.
Insurance companies, your business. Fix
Oh
what
my
you
god, look
wanna
at this
don't.
slob.
Here's a price we're willing to pay for your home now. BlackRock is going door to
Okay,
door.
BlackRock.
You think this happened by accident? The dams have been emptied by Governor Newsom for no good reason. The
Okay.
I call him
hydrants are
Oldsome.
empty.
No,
For
no good reason, or is there a reason?
LA had its rainiest season this year since the 20s.
When did it
Almost
rain?
90 years, 100 years.
It
I
rained
don't
a
remember
lot.
there being
It was the
rain.
Yeah, it rained a
rainiest
lot.
season, and there's no water in the reservoirs. 3 months ago, State Farm, the big insurer in LA, just happened to cancel everybody's fire policies because the governor decided not to allow State Farm to increase their prices.
Oh, that's what
So
it is.
people now have no insurance.
That's what it
Do
was.
you think this happened by accident? One thing I learned over years on Wall Street: follow the money. Who's going to profit by this? Not
Who
getting hurt.
does?
Who's going to profit?
So many people
by
are going to
this?
Who?
profit from this.
BlackRock is going door to
So
door.
the people that are
making
buying
offers.
the land, is that the
Yeah,
profit?
people are going to scoop up. It's a fire sale. That's what they call it. Fire sale.
Whoa, is that where that term comes
Yeah,
from?
I think so.
Fucked up.
I think so. Look it up.
That
You're the one
checks
with the
out.
computer.
I am.
Come on, you're Jeeves. I'm asking him.
Oh, Yo, but yeah. Or do you guys think it's just we said this earlier? It's like it goes that deep within the elite as far as who like Diddy compromised, and it's like were they just? It's like, is he that super villain where it's all actually just Diddy stuff? He's from prison being like, burn all the evidence, get rid of anybody's basement tunnels and homes.
Is his house burned?
I don't know.
I was
But
thinking,
rich
I said this
people-
on stage last night. That probably saved a lot of people. A lot of people are probably like, "Phew, that burned up some evidence. Like,
Yeah,
there's
it
probably
had
some
to have.
Polaroids in people's basements that they're happy are gone.
Damn.
Maybe they're not gone and someone's going to find them.
I don't know. It's very.
I don't know.
Shady.
But I say build the smart city, build some hotels. Annie and Tim, they were like, they're going to build hotels in Malibu. Oh, it's going to be so bad. I go, I think it's going to be pretty nice.
Well, first they'll build a stadium or two for the. Oh well, who knows? It's like
Build a
Do
stadium.
you want to build in a place that could burn down right away again? I don't know.
Or can you save it by sprinkling a water on your roof? And the guy's whole house was saved because he had a sprinkler on his roof.
blue tarp would do.
And some blue tarp on your roof.
The exact blue is like that low income default tarp color blue.
It
too.
is tarp blue,
Yeah. They could make tarps any color, by the way. It doesn't have to look like
I
public
know.
transit.
Why do they know that? Why does the tarp people know?
I don't know.
What?
They're like, you think it's waterproof, dog? It's fireproof too.
It's
actually.
fireproof.
Oh, it's laser, sky laser proof.
Sky laser proof indeed.
They can't see blue. They can make lasers that shoot to the ground from space in complete,
It's like the Death Star.
invisibility.
Like is
But if you see blue, they can't get down. They can't get the color blue right.
Now,
it's like the hole in the Death Star. It's like, does it have any flaws? It's like just blue, sir. It's like they can't see blue.
Just the color blue. It was designed by a 5-year-old kid that really liked blue.
Yeah.
he finished all of his goals.
He finishes
Yeah.
his goals and responsibilities.
Kills all except the blue.
I like blue.
We got a Blake Lively clip if you want to rip that too.
Okay. So I've been obsessed with the Blake Lively and Justin
Oh my God. Can I say
Baldoni
this
thing. What?
about it? So every morning for the past week, I'm sleeping and I hear Justin Baldini,
obsessed
Blake
with it.
Lively.
But then I fall
Why
asleep
would
and it
they do
keeps
that?
looping. I fall back asleep and it's looping. It's the same.
So I
clip
just
with
hear it while I'm sleeping, and then I finally go, "Oh, all right, I'll wake up." Jeez, so I get up. I'm starting to wake up, and I'm like, "Oh my God!" And then Annie's watching her Blake Lively, Justin Baldini thing, and then I'm like, "All right, I guess I'll go on my phone for a little bit." And then as soon as I go on my phone, Annie turns hers off, puts it off, and falls back to sleep. So now I'm just awake while she's sleeping.
Well,
And
who
that's
fucking
been my
cares? I'm
life
gonna
for
sue
the
you
past
for
$5
$400 million.
days. She's just obsessed with this Blake
It's
Lively
so
thing.
juicy and fun. And I keep going back and forth. I think you can tell they're both pieces of shit. Like you can just tell they're both like not great. But just more keeps coming up. It's so funny. It's so funny to see people's tweet or their texts and stuff. She like did this Khaleesi text. It's the funniest thing I've ever heard. Just embarrassing.
His house burned down or something, and then she delivered him like his.
Oh, while they were evacuating,
While they're
they
evacuating.
served the.
They served their like restraining order.
Oh,
to
it's
him.
hilarious. I would be like, it burned in the fire. It doesn't count as me getting it. But then they're like, so there's all these posts of like her being a mean girl in interviews. And now I'm starting to side with her because I'm like, I would have made this joke. So this is from when they were doing Gossip Girl and Blake Lively and how do you say her name? Leighton Meester?
Leighton Meester.
Leighton Meester. I don't know how to say her
Fortune
name.
Feimster or something.
She's
like that?
Fortune feature. She's the girl married to Adam Brody. Anyway, so she was born in prison. Her mom was incarcerated and she was born in prison. That's all you need to know.
Origin story. I've never heard
So
that.
now
Wow.
listen to Blake Lively in this interview and tell me who she reminds you of.
Come on, it was a joke. Lord have mercy.
that was a lot of information about cages, and I'm sorry, I was still thrown off by that.
She was like, wow.
Who else didn't want to act in a cage?
Well, some of us started. Yeah.
Some of us started in a cage. That's it. Pointing at Leighton, whatever the hell you say her name. Just like taking a dig that she was born in prison. Now that's fucking hilarious.
It's
something.
That's
very-
actually such a good joke.
What are you saying? Who
So
would do
keen.
that?
I would do that. I would say that joke.
That is
The
a very
reason I
you
became
joke.
a comedian is to justify when I say things like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Uh-huh.
Like my sister-in-law did not used to like me. She liked me a little bit, but we didn't really get along. She would get mad at me. I would say these things that were too much. She would be upset with me. When I started getting on TV and became a professional comedian, nobody's mad at me anymore. They all know what to expect.
Dude, yeah, that joke actually is like your embodies your whole comedy presence in like in one
Complete
joke.
Telling
That
this
is who you are.
dark truth thing in a
Yeah.
funny way. Obviously, you're kidding.
And her
Yeah.
name is Leighton
I
Meester.
don't
Leighton
know. Maybe
Meester.
she was looking. She was like, yeah. Her mom was like, Leighton. Lighten me sentence. Woo! But it's like also I know that feeling. I'm like, I'm joking. And everyone's so mad at you, but she's just bombing.
Everyone
Basically,
was
she's just
mad at her?
bombing. She's in all these interviews and she's just saying these things, and people are like,
And that's why Ryan Reynolds loves her, probably. He's
They're probably
like,
brutal at home.
well, you see the Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively posts about each other are
Right,
so
and they crop
funny.
each other out and stuff.
Yeah.
So I think she's just not good at delivering jokes.
Right.
And she's
right.
trying to be like him.
And she is probably
And he
like
lands
him.
nice and she
She
lands
probably
like a bitch.
at home. She probably lands
Yeah.
in person. She probably
Right.
lands them. It's
But
not on
yeah,
camera.
it's going back and forth and it's a wild
By the way,
ride.
fire sale originated in the 19th century as a way to describe a sale of damaged goods. It's
Yep.
now used to describe any sale where the seller is in financial distress. So not only does that qualify, it satisfies both of those qualifications. It is like the most literal, ironic fire
Yep.
sale. It was a fire sale in the form of fire.
Yeah, my manager's house burned down first, like to the point where I was like, did it start in your house? Like it burned down so fast. It was so sad. He had such a beautiful house. Remember going over there?
Yeah.
Oh my God, what a gorgeous home. It was so sad, so sad.
All right. Well, can we leave off on this? Let's leave off on this because of, with these fire sales, the Chinese buying up, with TikTok being reinstated. Let's do a little learn Chinese.
Please read along with the video when you see blue characters, and you can have full access to all of our lessons with the
Okay.
Chinese word introduce ourselves in Chinese.
This is
Okay, how to
Debbie.
So
introduce.
when we meet a new person, we say hi to them and introduce ourselves.
Yeah. That's
So
what
we
we do.
say
Not in America, we
ni
know.
hao
Ni
to say
hao.
hello.
Ni hao.
Ni hao.
Hao.
Ni hao.
Ni hao.
Ni hao.
Ni hao.
You.
Ni you.
hao.
What was
Ni
ni you?
hao.
Ni hao.
It's like saying
Ni hao. That is so
"We're
aggressive.
okay today. Ni hao. Did you
Ni
notice
hao.
that?
Oh my God.
The tone. It's about tone.
I'm
too.
confused. I'm just confused. Did I take one of the sleepy magic lines? Because I'm being put to sleep by your Chinese.
Listen, I just want to be Chinese. We're going to be singing Shong Shang Sheng Shong Ge Ting Chong Jiao Gao Bong Shang Ting Donkey Chong Chong Gao.
Donkey
Wow.
Kong. I heard you say Donkey Kong.
Do you guys know Des Bishop?
Yeah.
Dude, watching a white guy that's fully fluent in Mandarin
Oh,
is like
yeah, he
it
did a
is the
special in
most
Mandarin.
fascinating
Did he
thing.
really?
Yeah.
He has jokes he has good seller footage
love
on his
that.
Instagram of jokes where he's just like where he goes in and out of it, and it's like, or you like see someone Asian in the audience and he talks to them, and like it's like
It's a
But
good
it is
skill.
almost like, because I've seen him do it, and I love Des, but sometimes you're like, all right, Des, we get it. You learned a language, and we
Yeah,
all look like
no.
idiots. We all look stupid.
Poker
Yeah,
players, a lot of poker
Yeah, he's so
players know
smart.
Chinese because they're always sitting at the table with Chinese people. You want to know what the they're saying. when
It
you're
does
fucking
seem
betting the money.
so fucking impressive to learn
insane.
Mandarin Chinese.
I mean, it's
yeah.
just so opposite. At least with the love languages, you have some sort of semblance of the same.
Well, with the
grammar.
letters, it's like, what the fuck are these
Well,
letters?
it's because it's
There's
not
pictures.
it's not phonetic. It's not phonics. Basically, you're not
Right.
remembering where it's like the same. It might be the same phonetic word for like 10 different things,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and it's a slight adjustment in influx or tone. So
But
it's like
also-
actually a really feely language.
But
Like
also
Yeah.
writing, how crazy is that? What if you have bad handwriting?
fuck.
How do
yeah.
you draw? You have to like be able to paint
Yeah,
basically.
you can,
and,
you can draw
like,
tiny pictures.
Yeah.
they're
like,
so cute.
House means ni hao.
Ni hao.
House with tree is ni hao.
Yeah, and it's like, but like ni hao, like would
That's
be
what
something
she was
totally
saying.
different.
Yeah,
Wait,
she's
what is
like,
it?
she was saying.
Oh, that's what she was
She
saying.
was saying ni hao is nice to meet you, but like how you're doing is like ni hao.
So people are like, wait, your hi burned down? What happened? Your hello burned down? Your how are you burned down?
Anyways, guys, learn Chinese. It's going to be a very useful tool.
Well,
in the
the
future.
Duolingo said that they are up like 1,000%
We got to
or
use
something.
Duolingo.
That all of these kids are downloading Duolingo because they want to do Red Note because TikTok might be gone.
Ni hao.
It was funny
Ni
that
hao.
TikTok was gone for 10 seconds. People were devastated and then it was back. It feels weird. I'm like, I don't want it back now.
Yeah.
I never.
Gone.
I wanted it gone forever.
Yeah, like a
But it
clean
feels like when we
break.
came back from the fires, when we were like, we're going to have to move. And then we're like, nope, everything is just. I've been doing shows at the Comedy Store. They did a bunch of benefit shows and stuff. And nobody cares about the fire. I keep bringing it up and people seem like, oh, we don't care. I'm like, you're here for free because of the fires. Crazy. What are you doing?
This is the house that will never be burned from the fire.
Ni hao.
See?
It made me actually feel, because sometimes when I'm doing my manifestations and I always was trying to force this idea of having a house in Malibu in my visualizations. I have some written out. It's like you're looking out at your farm in Malibu, and I just couldn't quite visualize it. I always was having trouble visualizing it. And I think it's because I ain't moving to motherfucking Malibu. I'm not moving to the fire zone.
Okay.
You heard that, child?
Sure. I thought I was going to be moving to Malibu. And last thing we could say, guys, at least Tiptoe the tortoise made it out alive, huh?
Yeah, the tortoise tiptoed his way out.
Anyways, it's a beautiful episode.
It was a beautiful
Hopefully you guys learned a
episode.
lot about what we've done during the fire, what we've been through. And
Guys, comment below.
guys, send us some donations. We could use a donation or two.
Oh, this fire has really affected us. We lost $200 in slots. No, guys, please pay for the phone I lost during the fires.
Dude, a G?
It was being stolen.
A
but,
G from Bargatze? That's nuts.
oh,
bro.
it was gone pretty fast. But
It
it was so fun.
went by pretty fast, but we brought it
We
back
had
up.
fun.
It went down, then we brought it back up, then it kind
And
of
then
went
the
down.
phone, and then we were kind of bringing it back up, but then my phone was gone. We're like, we have to quit. We can't keep playing. We can't keep playing.
All
But
right.
anyway, guys, long live the
Ni hao.
Palisades. And we feel very bad for the poor people and the rich people that lost their belongings because, listen, I don't think Spencer Pratt really has that much money.
Spencer Pratt?
So, guys, yeah.
Or Chris Pratt?
No, Spencer Pratt.
I don't
You
know
are
who-
not on my algorithm.
I don't know who
From
that
Spencer's
motherfucker is.
Spencer
Gifts.
Pratt and Heidi, no.
I know. Sorry.
Why did you seem so abused?
I
He
know
looked
that-
down, he's like, sorry.
I know.
sorry.
Now I'm sorry about that, and that's
oh my
not
God,
good.
I'm so sorry. We were going to see your girlfriend that night. The fire was on.
Yeah, if we listened to Mike, we would have not have gone to Vegas and went to the thing.
That
'cause-
thing was canceled, though. They
But
canceled
Mike
it.
told us that it wasn't canceled.
Oh my God, you almost killed us.
At that time, it was not canceled, and the bar still was open. We were at. You asked if the bar was gonna be open, and it was open. They didn't close one night of the whole fucking thing.
Wow.
It's a whole ethical controversy among staff and
It's
management.
fine.
All right, guys, write some complaints to Barney's
Guys, did
being
you
around.
think Blake Lively's cage joke was funny? I personally think it's hilarious. And, you know, maybe she wanted to lighten up the meester.
Oh,
That was good stuff.
Anyone's gonna save the world, yeah. When everything's burning, their voices keep returning, bringing us together, making it all better. Anyone's a calling, catch us when we're falling. Turn the volume high, questions soaring to the sky. Anyone's the way, brighter every day. And when you feel alone, hope is being shown in every single word. Our stories will be heard. We're breaking down the walls, yeah, show 'em what they want. Laughing till we fall, we're speaking for us all. And it's undeniable, this force is reliable. Anyone's gonna save the world, yeah. When everything's burning, their voices keep returning, bringing us together, making it all better. Anyone's the calling, catch us when we're falling. With every beat, every word, a revolution's heard from the world's every corner. We're getting stronger. Anyone's gonna save the world, yeah. When everything's burning, their voices keep returning, bringing us together, making it all better. Anyone's a calling, catch us when we're falling.
Oh, Randy, how did you feel about today's episode? Was it good? Did you like it? Did you like it outside? Did you like it like a puppuccino? Puppuccino? Did you like a puppuccino? Did you like a puppuccino?